Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, June 17th, 2024. Let's take a look at the chart. Start with the big picture, work our way into the day itself. I like to start with the big picture because it is sort of the underlying trend. The underlying longer term trends have much more sway with respect to even day trading. Well, at least 3 to 5 day swing traders. If the longer term trend is bearish, your short trades tend to work out a little quicker, a little, and I'm not saying by a wide margin, but they tend to work out a little bit easier than if you were in a bull market, of course. And so, buy signals tend to fail. Near-term buy signals oftentimes will fail in the midst of a longer-term bear market. I think you know all this. And really the point I'm making here is that we are in a one-year bear trend by at least this channel top definition, 214.05, that if given the opportunity to sell this formation in the weeks ahead, and I'll give you the indication for whether we can expect that or not in just a moment. But this is an area where you can, if you're long Tesla and your time horizon is, say, between now and the rest of the year, you may consider playing the short side because off of this channel top, we can fall back to channel support, which over the coming weeks and months will be converging with that January 23 101.81 low. So the point I'm making, I suppose, is holding below 214.05 will keep the very low 100 area in reach in the weeks and months ahead. And if we were to close above 214.05, really just the opposite. I would then see a good low for the year with 3 to 5 months or a half year bullish continuation into the 320s, 330s. And I'll show that at that time. But until then, the path of least resistance, at least longer term, remains down. Now, last week this is the daily chart. This the same formation on the daily chart at 214.20, that long-term channel top. And preceding that, we do have a buy signal if we were to close today, for instance, above 186.58, which is a combination longer-term descending channel top inside the even longer-term channel top at 214.20. And we have a horizontal structure as well at 186.58. So this channel top at 185.19, 186.58, this is kind of a holdover from last week. Last Thursday, we opened above this area, fell back below. It held Friday's highs. We continued south. So holding below the mid 180s, let's just call it, will keep the low 160s in reach. Possibly this week, with present volatility, that is a real possibility that we could see 160, 166. Though the clear indication for me as to whether we can expect that 160, 166 formation would be, that's the wrong image, my apologies, would be a settlement today below this mid-band structure of 175.64, which is still a level that can contain daily selling pressures. And we came very close to testing this last Friday. It can contain session weakness, 175.64. And, above which the mid 180s in reach again, possibly on an intraday basis. But the mid 180s are more significant. And we did come off of that late last week, and holding below that significant resistance will keep significant support at 160, 166 in reach as a 1 to 2 week target. This is a repeat of what I've been saying now for the last week or so. But if we were to close today, for instance, below this mid-band structure, and we should have the top one drawn out. I don't know why we don't. I'm looking for it now. And it's nowhere to be seen, but it does. If you could see the same structure coming off the top here, it shows you how this is nothing more than a mid-band of that structure. It held beautifully over the preceding week or two. We pushed through it. I actually gapped above it last Thursday and came falling back to it on Friday. 175.64 can contain session weakness, and above which, over the next day or two, we can push back up into the mid 180s, this 185.19 to 186.58 area. If we happen to break or open today below 175.64, 168.46 is likely. This simple inside channel able to contain selling pressures for the remainder of the day, but I do think that if we do settle today below 175.64, you can anticipate over the next few days this 160, 166 channel bottom, where we can place a weekly low, and from here round back up into the mid 180s. So if your time frame is 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, it really is playing the short side or being short below 185.19, anticipating 160, 166 as an area to take profits and possibly go long. I have no problem buying this outright as a long position in anticipation of the mid 180s over the following week or two. But also know, given the longer term bearish dynamic that I outlined at the top of this video, a settlement below 160, 166 should not come as a great surprise. And if so, that is a sell opportunity through July and into August. I think a 1 to 2 month sell-off down to 113.69 and dropping daily. And there's your 100 mark. And I'm pointing that out because of that longer term low that was put out in January of 23 of 101.81. So really what I'm saying is, if we were to close below 160, 166 over the next week or two, that is a sell signal into August, really, over the next month or two, the low 100 area expected, where profits can be taken. And yes, bottom picking can be played out as we move into later year. But closing below 160, 166 over the next week or two, I see no good reason to be long Tesla as we move into the later Q3, because this 113.69 formation would be a realistic 1 to 2 month target. Until then, you can bottom pick here in anticipation, once again, of the mid 180s, the mid 180s really being the convergence of these channel structures right now.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. Wicked Stocks has an innovative and comprehensive service that empowers near-term traders and longer-term investors to take control of their financial journey. Their offerings are crafted with the trader's needs in mind, providing them with precision, affordability, education, and comprehensive market analysis. Their goal is not just to provide data, but also to equip traders with the knowledge and tools to use it effectively.
So upside, let's say today, though, we've got 181.23. That is the low of the high from last Thursday. It may contain intraday buying pressures, and holding below 181.23 will keep this 175.64 in reach. But holding above 175.64. So I break things down into time frames, and I know this gets confusing for some of you, but that's just kind of the way the market plays out. You can break them down long-term, mid-term, near-term, short-term. And so for me, you've got short-term is kind of like the day trade and the 3 to 5 days out. Near-term for me is kind of 2 to 3 weeks. Mid-term is more like 3 to 5 weeks out to 1 to 2 months, and long-term is kind of 2 to 3 months and beyond. But in any event, 175.64 is well suited not only for day traders, but we can round back up from here, if not today, over the next couple of days, back into the mid 180s. And once again, if we were to close below 175.64, the 2 to 3 day swing trade is negative, then anticipating 160, 166. Now, finally, if we are to close today above 186.58, that is a meaningful buy signal through the rest of June. This could be within 2 to 3 weeks. It could take a little longer, but I do think that if we close today, not only above 185.19, but we do need to close above 186.58. And then I think we can anticipate this 214.20 channel top within probably about 2 to 3 weeks, where we could top out, as I said at the beginning of this video, through the third quarter, possibly into later year. So yes, closing above that mid 180s, 185.19 to 186.58 is a buy signal. It's you could say that it's prone to failure, but I wouldn't want to pollute your mindset with that. I do see that if you're interested in buying Tesla and your time frame is 2 to 3 weeks out, you've got one of two choices. You're either buying strength with a settlement above 186.58, expecting then the mid 210s within 2 to 3 weeks, or you're bottom picking weakness at 160, 166. Those are your two choices for the 2 to 3 week time frame. And if we close below 160, 166, all time frames out to about a month or two shift negative, and expecting then the low 100s. I think that's about it. I'm going to ask you to click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We offer 2 stock picks a week. We offer daily analysis in the Q and the SPY, so forth and so on. Check us out. We offer a 5-day free trial. I will be back tomorrow with Tuesday's Tesla report, and you have a great day.